Yo, what's happening? What's happening? It's your boy TK, and we're back with another video. This one we're basically going to be looking at the past few weeks regarding the elections in Zim and the situations that are happening since yesterday. Since the elections were yesterday, and a lot of people, they were happy that freedom is coming.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow.
So just to start off, I just want to ask a question. Why is it important to vote when the votes themselves, the elections themselves, when they're already looking like there's already a winner? What is the point? And why do we put so much energy into voting if things are okay? As other people will say that everything is fine and stuff like that, then why do we need to vote? For me, just looking at the number of people that have been in the queues since yesterday, from a few polling stations where ballot papers were not submitted in time, and some people even had to sleep at the polling stations because the ballot papers, they took long to come through so that people can vote. So speaking of that, I just want to make a few comments. Maybe some people don't understand, maybe some people do understand, but for me, this is just how I see this whole thing happening. The previous episode we did, I had a conversation with King Fazan. He's a 21st Century African movement member, and he's also one of the leaders of that movement. So we had a conversation where we spoke about the elections. What will happen if the history repeats itself? And you can go check that video just to understand where I'll be coming from with from what I'll be talking about today. Right now, there's already speculation that the election has been rigged already. And I, for one, I wouldn't disagree. How are these elections rigged? First question. Why would the election body, the ZEC, why would they have delayed ballot boxes delivered at 3 in the morning on the following day from the day that they had announced that the elections will be starting? The elections were scheduled for the 23rd of August from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. But there's places that they even ended up closing the polling stations because why? There was no any ballot papers. In the media, they say there was misunderstandings and errors and all those things. But come on, 5 years knowing that the elections are going to be happening this year. So for these whole 5 years, there was no any preparations being done. Speaking from the time the president himself announced the date, the 23rd, till yesterday, preparations, they were just not coming together. And we can look into the reasons why later on, but for now, let's just try to chop what we have on the table. BRICS. The BRICS summit has started, and the looks of it, everything is going well. I was watching a few clips yesterday, and things are looking very well that side. But on the other side, with the elections and the things happening, there's a lot. Things are not looking quite well. So I just wanted to focus on the elections. The BRICS will do another video in a few days where we focus on the BRICS and the outcomes of the BRICS and stuff like that. So the elections in Zimbabwe, right? What is the main thing that us as people we should focusing on? Is it the drive to vote, since it is our democracy to vote and get the results of whoever that we voted for the most, or there's something spiritual about it? There's a couple of prophets that I don't understand. I don't understand religion when it comes to politics, and I don't understand politics either when it comes to religion. But how is it possible that as a people we talk about one God? We're talking about God for everyone, but yet there's prophets that claim to be prophets of God that are saying that they're the prophet, they have a vision that this party is going to win. But on the other side, we also have prophets that also claim or declare themselves as prophets of God, but they are opposing what the other prophets. So who is God for when it comes to politics? Who does God favor? Who is God's best people when it comes to politics? I don't understand, but put your comments on the comment section. Let's see if we can engage and talk about it. We'll probably do another video soon where we go into on the deep end of how politics and religion, to say religion specifically Christianity, because mostly these prophecies on elections, they usually happen in Christian countries. You never hear a Muslim country saying another prophet, this and this and this. Nah, never heard such. But let's engage in the comment section so we can try to educate ourselves and each other. We are all here to grow, So at this point, most of the institutions in Zim, someone can say they have been captured by the ruling party, and it's not something that one can argue, because the military itself is being led by the ruling party. We saw what happened with the coup of Robert Mugabe. It was the military that was ahead of that whole operation, led by the current president now, Emerson Mnangagwa, and his vice president, his vice guy, one of those guys. So we're gonna talk about the military after this section. The police and ZEC, those are the other two institutions that are being said that they have been captured. The police itself is not really that active. The last time the coup happened, the police, they also they got violated in a sense, being disarmed and all those sort of things. But yeah, so with the ZEC, why would people say that ZEC has been captured? First of all, there is already speculation that this whole delay in the ballot papers and the shortage of ballot papers in some of the polling stations, it's a sabotage. How is it a sabotage? It's a sabotage because most people already have this speculation that overnight there's a lot of places that people were taken from other places to be sent to another place to go vote. The same strategy that was used on the rallies, the past few weeks, the past few rallies of the ruling party, where they were transporting people from another place to go and attend the rally because they knew they did not have numbers. So now it's the same card that is being played, but now they're playing it on the votes. There has been pictures circulating around of duplicated IDs. So that creates a possibility of a person who is in another province can have another ID being used by another person to cast a vote on behalf of them in another province or another city. So that, with the hours that they had overnight, who knows? There is a video, I'm gonna put it on the screen. As you can see, this man is actually putting crosses as he's sitting on a desk. Who knows which candidate is he putting most of the X's on? And from the source of this video, it is said that this happened at the government, at the ZANU-PF offices. I don't know, they have proof of that, but from what was said when that video was sent around, how is it possible that one person is sitting in an office and on a desk holding a bunch of ballot papers, voting as he's sitting? And we're not talking about one ballot paper, we're not talking about two ballot papers, a bunch, like a bunch, right? So those are just some of the things most people are talking about, saying that the ZEC is being captured. Now, let's try to look on the other side of everything that is going on right now. We might find that even though there's a clear win, like now, most of the results that has been published throughout the day today, it's mostly 2cents that is having most of the numbers. And right now we know that the ruling party still has a huge control on the military. For the past few weeks, they've been trying to pull all the cards they can pull, and it's just hard. It's just difficult. It's difficult to win. That brings us to the question I asked in the beginning. Why do we need to vote if everything is okay? The ruling party say everything is fine, but at the same time, grandmothers, people who are sick, people in wheelchairs, they are willing to sleep in an open space, in the cold, burning trash from the dustbins, just so that when those ballot papers arrive, they are going to vote and express their democracy. But what is the point? What is the point? The last card that the ruling party has right now is the military. And we all know that they can use the military. If pushes to pull, they are going to use the military, and it's not going to be nice. Because why? A normal civilian who has been struggling for the past 5 years, they are saying they are tired. They don't want this thing anymore. This thing is not working. But the thing is, this thing we are talking about is just a different kind of thing. You know, it's just a different kind of thing. As much as you don't want it, it will still want you. And it will want you to play by the book. Not the book that, like the book, the constitution, no, their own book. The guys, they're using their own kind of book. And the cards they're putting on the table, they're not like the ones everybody else on the table got in their hands. That's just the reality of it. So, if the ruling party wins the election, if they win the election, that means we're still going to be dancing to the same drum, most probably for the next 5 years. But if 2cents win, is the ruling party willing to surrender the power? I have doubts. Most people have doubts. From the comments on Facebook, a lot of people, they have doubts on that the government will just watch you people celebrate and all that. They won't. Remember, when we talk about the government, we are not talking about just normal, everyday, 7 o'clock civilians. No. We're talking about the key players at the top. The same people that made a move on Mugabe and cooped him out, those same people, it's very likely that they will do a coup before the opposition party even get into power. That's how I see it. Remember, this is TK's 2 cents. Put your 2 cents in the comment section. Let's see what, let's engage on it. Let's talk about it. We encourage this type of conversation because why? To someone else who does not understand certain things. By watching these kind of videos, reading in the comment section, they will be able to make their own conclusion, like, okay, this and this and this and this makes sense. We're not trying to, on this segment, me myself, I'm still trying to learn. But it's also a platform for me to share my views with everybody else and engage, right? So if the guys lose, it's a very complicated situation, because from the times of Mugabe himself, he made it clear that they are not willing to lose the power by a pen, putting an X. That won't take power. I quoted Mbuyana in the previous video with King Fazan. For you to rule yourself, you must be able and you must be willing to carry a gun. So, which one are we willing to? But that will be a conversation for another day, when maybe it pushes to that. But at this point, we still going with what is going on right now. For next week, we really hope that there will be peace for the next coming weeks, and to all the youth, from me, this is my message to the youth. As much as we are tired, and as much as we can say we don't care what comes, let's not forget one thing. Let's try by all means to respect life. Let's try by all means to respect each other's lives. You respect another person's life, that person respect life, and whatever situations that we find ourselves in, let's not jump into a conclusion of doing whatever that comes in our minds, but let's hold back, think, and try to talk it out. We cannot afford to have any sort or any kind of violence. The country is already messed up as it is. And right now, we cannot guarantee when will things get better, because why? On the day where things were supposed to make a different turn, there's already been enough complications. Most videos, people, they are showing their frustrations on the interviews. I saw another video where another guy wanted to punch another guy because that guy was complaining that the government didn't give them toilets. To someone, that gave an impression that, so this guy wanted a toilet, he wanted to stay here for longer, you know. And people themselves, they started going back and forth at each other. We cannot put out our frustrations on one another. We are all trying to do a better thing. We are all trying to do the best thing for the improvement of the nation. So let's not turn against each other. And this is my message to all the brothers and sisters who are in the forces. We know it's a job and we have to protect. And as much as we would love you guys to protect the country, let's look at what the majority is ruling for. It's pointless saying that you are a military personnel in a democratic country, but yet you don't question, you don't use your own mind to think when you're being sent to go displace people, regular general civilians, because they are trying to express their views and their feelings. How can you be proud to go and displace those people? When your own mother is at her house, she's crying about the same thing. But you, because you're in that uniform, you are protecting your job and all that. Let's remember that the first call that made you people go in the military is because why? You wanted to protect your country. And who is your country? Your country is not the minerals. Your country is not just the sand and the barracks and all that. No. Your country is the people. And right now, what are the people saying? What are the people saying? Let's take a few steps back in those booths and try to listen to what the people want. And I guess this is all for today. Oh, so this morning I was watching. I bumped into a video. Penuel the God. He said something that I would like to just put my 2 cents on. So he said that we as Zimbabweans and as South Africa included, we all deserve what is happening. And I would like to say we don't deserve the struggles that we're going through. No, we don't. We all wish that we all wish to do the better thing and the best thing. And I speak for most people, Zimbabwean, South African, Africans at large. We all wish for the better tomorrow. We don't deserve what is happening. No one deserves what is happening. And no human should wish everything that is happening to any other human. It will be a very sad thing for a Zimbabwean person to say that South Africa deserved apartheid. And it wouldn't be fair either. So, us as Africans, let's stop this finger-pointing attitude, saying these guys, because they did this and this and this, therefore they should have this and this and this. We can't keep on doing that. This is the reason why it will be difficult to make Africa one, because why? Someone is gonna come and bring a different agenda on the table. No, but at that time these guys they did this, so we can't be with these guys. At this point, this is not what we need. At this point, we all need to stand together. We all need to stand together and try to find solutions that can help us fix the history, the wrongs that were done. Let's find solutions that can fix those, address them, and we move forward as a new people, as a new nation. And yeah. Thank all.